What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Well, the Labour Council and local universities in Plymouth are in some serious hot water right now, with reports suggesting uni students' data has been uploaded to the electoral register without their knowledge, which has resulted in some of them being added to the electoral register by the Labour Council, including 17-year-olds. Now, it is of course illegal to register someone else to vote, and as we know, 17-year-olds are not allowed to vote, so should not be on the electoral register anyway. This investigation in Plymouth found 850 students, including 17-year-olds, had been added to the electoral register without their knowledge, including 352 already receiving polling cards for the upcoming election from the Labour-run council, which is likely to be a deliberate attempt to improve their chances in these areas that has led to accusations now flying around that this is likely going on nationwide. If you remember back to the Peterborough by-election with its record postal votes, it does bring up the question, is this happening nationwide, either coordinated at a local or national party level? I highly doubt the Electoral Commission will do a very good job at investigating it, let's be honest. Now let's check out the Sun's article on it, since the mainstream media don't seem to be reporting on it yet. The article is written by the political editor of the Sun, Tom Newton-Dunn. It headlines, Voting Scampus. Unis accused of registering thousands of students to vote without their knowledge in a bid to boost left-wing turnout. Universities and Labour councils have been accused of registering thousands of students to vote without their knowledge in a bid to boost left-wing turnout. An investigation in Uni City, Plymouth, has so far identified 850 students and under 17-year-olds on the electoral register who had not completed their own applications. It says there thousands of students are thought to have been registered to vote without their knowledge. Plymouth has identified 850 students on the electoral roll who didn't complete their own applications. Of those, 352 had already received polling cards from the Labour Council before sceptics blew the whistle. It is illegal, as I said, to register anyone else to vote. 3 Tory candidates in the southwest last night wrote to the Electoral Commission to ask for a full investigation amid suspicions the same process is being carried out nationwide. One candidate, Defence Minister Johnny Mercer, told The Sun, "My fear is many councils and universities might also be doing this. I share that fear. Where seats are held or lost with just double-digit numbers, this practice could have a strategic impact in the outcome of elections. The illicit Plymouth registration affects 3 constituencies. 2, Plymouth Moorview and Plymouth Sutton and Devonport are expected to see close fights between Tories and Labour, hence why they're obviously doing it. Students and the under-24s predominantly back left-wing parties and favour Remain over Leave. Last night, Plymouth Council admitted a procedural error meant student information was uploaded to its electoral system before the students had a chance to register. I'm highly suspicious that it was a procedural error, let me tell you that. It added all these students are being removed from the register. The council was reprimanded in May over similar circumstances. So the council's obviously tried to do it either for the EU elections or any council elections they had there coming up at the time. Now to me that's a pattern. They've done it again, they've already been called out for it before and they simply don't care. They're just carrying on. Maybe that's how they actually got a Labour council in the area, who knows? But that is the end of the article there. It's absolutely incredible that this is going on. But as I said in the introduction, we have to remember back to Peterborough and the by-election there with record postal votes. I have to say that you see these kids that have been registered at university, I guarantee they wouldn't have been voting themselves. I bet they would have all been postal votes. Perhaps this is how Labour's been doing it, and this time they've just been caught because people have received polling cards and called them out for it. Now, I don't know about universities in Plymouth, how many they are or what, but they didn't name them in this article. But I'd say it's safe to say that Plymouth University, if there is an actual Plymouth University, has been taking part in this. And I'm sorry, but I don't care what the council say about this being a procedural error. This was deliberate in my opinion, especially as they have previous for doing exactly the same thing, or at least something similar. But it definitely goes to show that we all need to watch out and everyone needs to be vigilant, especially if you're 17 years old and you get a polling card come through, or you've already had one. We know Labour tried to push an amendment on the election bill that would allow 16 and 17-year-olds to vote. It failed, so maybe this is their response to that. a little bit of skullduggery and election fraud. Given what Labour plan to do with the economy and the country, election fraud will be considered quite minor to them, I'm sure. But anyway, I'm going to end the video there, guys. It was just a short one to bring you this, as I feel it needs to be highlighted. Mainstream media are not bothering to do it. What a surprise. Now, before I go, I want to thank the channel's PayPal, Patreon, Subscribestar and YouTube members for supporting the channel, along with everyone who watches my videos. Remember to let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe with a notification bell and share this video as it helps the channel a lot. And I will see you all in the next one.
This Parliament is a dead Parliament. It should no longer sit. It has no moral right to sit on these green benches. They don't like the truth. Twice they have been asked to let the electorate decide upon whether they should continue to sit in their seats, while they block 17.4 million people's votes. This Parliament is a disgrace, but they're too cowardly to give it a go. But the time is coming. The time is coming, Mr. Speaker, when even these turkeys won't be able to prevent Christmas.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors. Slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.